How are you, big man? Good. All right. Let's get some work done.
You also mentioned Kabaddi right now. You mentioned your role in the ISL. Tell us about the high lifting the trophy, both done literally, Kabaddi and with football.
Only if I could, yeah.
Explain to us. I've seen your reaction already firsthand, but you have to tell us how you felt.
Well, I was fortunate enough to win the Pro Kabaddi League in its inaugural season and the ISL in its second season. And both times, I think it took me almost 3 days to just understand what had happened. Especially, I think it took me longer during Kabaddi because we won Kabaddi and I didn't get any chance to celebrate the win. I mean, thankfully my wife was there, so I hugged her, which is always a smart thing to do. And I remember we finished, there was a dinner we had to attend, which was like a celebratory dinner. From there I went straight to the airport, caught a flight to Rome, where actually I was going to sign Marco as the manager for Chennaiyin. So I was immediately on to football, so I didn't really get to really enjoy that. It kind of sunk in a lot later. And with football, it was, I mean, I was numb again. I mean, it was an entertaining final, if anybody remembers the final. Not much happened afterwards, obviously.
I'm sorry to interrupt you here, but for those of you who don't know, Chennai beat all odds actually to make it even to the final. You couldn't even play most of your home games at your home venue.
Yes, it was poetic justice for me. I mean, I remember halfway through the season, we were at the bottom of the table. And I remember I called a team meeting and I sat them all down. And just tried to rattle off whatever best impersonation of an Al Pacino I could do from any given Sunday, trying to motivate these boys. I mean, I even threw the professional tag at them, saying, you know, do you want to come back next season? You got to play better. I did all of that, and you know, this miraculous upswing started, and then unfortunately there was a tragedy where we had the Chennai floods. And it was an amazing moment for me in football, because I remember the second day when we were stranded at the hotel, we couldn't move out of the hotel. A lot of our foreign players were just flummoxed as to what was going on. Because there were reports that there's an alligator farm nearby that has overflowed into the streets. And some of the Brazilians were just praying to Jesus, saying, you know, what's going on? We don't get eaten by alligators. It was bizarre. And I remember Marco calling everybody, and he just did something which I will never forget. We had an option to stay back and wait till the water, kind of receded and we could get out of there. And the other option was try and make it out of Chennai, because we had to fly to Pune to play our next match. And if we forfeited that match, there was absolutely, even mathematically, no chance that we'd qualify for the semi-final. And Marco just first shut everybody up, which Marco's pretty good at doing. And said, if we have to walk to Pune, we're going to walk, but we're not giving up this match. And that just infused such power into all of them. And they literally waded out of Chennai. We drove, I don't know, for almost a day to an airport that was functioning. The ISL very kindly chartered an entire plane for Mumbai City FC and Chennaiyin FC. We managed to get out to Mumbai, reached Mumbai in the middle of the night, and they drove down to Pune and played the match that evening. And we qualified for the finals. And then, as everybody knows, the finals weren't very eventful. And it was emotional, I think. Part of it was relief that we did it, and just to be able to, the power of sport and football, come on, it's the greatest game on earth. So, to be able to go there and just in the second season, starting at the bottom of the table, coming all the way up and winning the way we did, when, 87th, I think it was the 87th minute, we went down 2-1, and I remember Vita, my partner, and myself, we just looked at each other and said, okay, we made the finals, I mean, it's good enough. No problem, and Steven Mendoza goes mental and scores 2 goals. And it was miraculous. It's unbelievable. You know, it's a mixture of everything. And I did what most Indian people do when they're emotional. I cried, so yeah, we're good at doing that. So yeah, it's unbelievable. I really wish. I tell a lot of my friends who are also stakeholders in teams in the ISL that I really do hope, and I genuinely do hope that they do manage to win the trophy just once. Yeah, it just reaffirms that your belief, your expenditure, your investment, it's all worth it. So it's fantastic.
And also what's worth it is most of the management, most of the players also had put up the board saying we play for Chennai, because a lot of the fans missed out on the home game. And you're very hands-on person where the team is concerned, where the players are concerned. You're one of the most involved owners in a team. And that's why you also have kind of an idea about what goes on in the dressing room with the players. So can you give us a brief idea of what goes on during the season in the dressing room? What's the atmosphere?
It's ugly. Especially Bernard Mendy's around, who's my captain. Yeah. No, it's great fun. I really enjoy it. That's possibly the main reason why I travel with the team and I like to stay with the team. Is I really enjoy that camaraderie, and I feel be it the management or the coaching staff or the support staff or the players, I think they really do go that extra bit if they start feeling that everybody involved in the team is in it for the long run. I think players, very much like actors, can very quickly pick up body language and understand that are these people here just to come and wave hands at the public at the stadium, or does it really mean anything to them? More than that, are they down in the trenches with us? And if they see that, they give it that extra. And I'd like to believe that a small contributing factor to say, season 2, what Chennai managed to do, the support staff, and above all, Marco is not going to give up. And I think players really feed off that. And like I said, it's very similar to filmmaking. Actors take away all the glory when you see the kind of teamwork that happens. And actors feed off the energy of the director, who we call the captain of the ship. Now, if the director is doing what you should be doing and 10 times more, you want to give your life for that person. And it's very similar in sport. I'm sure in business as well, in any sort of management field, if you see your boss leading from the front, you're going to do whatever it takes. So, yeah, that's why I really enjoy it. And it's a lot of fun. You get to meet some of these people. For me, being a football fan, you get to literally interact and rub shoulders and mix with sometimes, some of your idols. I was just telling them backstage that I remember the first time in season 1 when Chennai played Goa, which was our first match, and you saw Robert Pires run onto an Indian pitch. I had goose flesh, this is one of your childhood heroes. There's Robert Pires, and then next match, oh my God, Freddie Lundberg just ran on, and there's Nico Anelka, and Zico's managing, and Roberto Carlos is managing, and to add to it, Marco is barking orders in Italian to me after the match, and it's great, for a football fan, it's just great.
But from a football fan to a team owner, what are some of the challenges you faced as a team owner?
How many team owners do we have in the room? Okay. So you very quickly realize after you sign your first check the difference between being a fan and a team owner. So yeah, that's I think the biggest challenge in India right now. I can only speak in the Indian context because both my teams are Indian. Is obviously trying to generate the revenue and generate sponsorship to run your teams. Passion has to be in place. I think don't ever do anything in life without passion. But you realize that passion doesn't really write the checks for you. So I think that would be the biggest challenge, is trying to raise the money. In terms of, say, Kabaddi, when we first started, everybody thought it was going to be a flash in the pan. Nobody really thought Kabaddi would work as a sport. To see take off, and then you have to try and monetize that. So first it was convincing people that, okay, we're serious about this. A lot of my friends, when I told my own family, my father thought I was joking when I said I bought a Kabaddi team. He's like, yeah, okay, that's good. So I think that was the first challenge. With football, I think people were very conscious that the ISL was coming. There was a huge marketing movement around the ISL, but obviously now the challenge as an owner is to make it profitable first cut your losses and now make it profitable. So I think, especially the ISL, you'll see a lot of the teams henceforth try and make it more economical for them. Nobody wants the quality of football to drop, but I think there's been a lot of learning over the last 3 seasons, how to lower their operational costs, how to lower, which is a big thing amongst team owners in any sport, how to keep player costs at bay, and try and make the revenues just a bit better, because there's only so much you can bleed. There are financial projections. You're prepared when you come in for the first time and invest that this is how long it's going to take me. But also you want to turn that around. And obviously generating revenue, I think, is one of the big challenges for us in Chennai in football. Chennai is a cricket-loving city. They used to have the Chennai Super Kings over there, and they had no other team. And now to introduce them to football and to make them passionate about that. Thankfully, the people of Tamil Nadu are very passionate about their sports. I still remember the first match we had over there. We were playing Kerala, it was the South Indian derby, and I was petrified because I said the stadium, whoever comes, they're all going to be from Kerala, because Kerala support is insane. I mean, they pack out a 70,000 stadium, 80,000 stadium every match. Win, lose, draw, whatever. So I thought there were going to be more Keralites in our stadium, in our home stadium. And I thought we were not going to get anybody. We tried to do whatever marketing we did. We even called Rajnikant to our first match. And because Kerala was playing such a game. So I even tried to put that out on Twitter around with Rajni sir is coming and Sachin's going to be there and my dad was going to be there. And thankfully we had a very healthy turnout. It's another thing, nobody saw the match and they were just looking at these to be sitting on the same sofa. But then, Bernard Mendy scored a great overhead kick and they thought Bernard Mendy was a Tamilian. And they did. Yeah, they said Mendy, he must be from Tamil Nadu. And they just took ownership of him. And that was it. Steven Mendoza for the first 2 seasons was called Steven Mendoza, as in Mendoza. They named Marco into Marco Madrasi. So they've just taken ownership. So the challenge was obviously trying to get the state of Tamil Nadu to kind of just have ownership over a football team. They picked up the sport. I think the first season they just came out of the love of enjoying the experience, and that's what we tried to do. Second season, I think having won it made a huge difference. And season 3, although wasn't the best season for us, but our average turnout was higher. So you can see that fan base is growing. So I think for an Indian sports team owner, the 2 most important things, the most difficult things is going to be to increase your fan base and obviously create better revenues.
चलो आ जाओ सब लोग आ जाओ ये भी अभिषेक भाई सामने लो माइक ऑफ है क्या भाई ये बाबा थोड़ा मार चीज मार रिजल्ट क्या सेंटर आपके लेफ्ट अरे चाचा ने पूरा वॉच लगा दिया यार। अभिषेक भाई एक मिनट हेलो हेलो
चलो बैकअप